what's up? It is Taylor here and my beautiful mother.
Hey everybody, welcome to Facebook Live.
Yes, we are so excited because we are hosting NCBF Live, and this, as you can see, is the ladies' takeover. So, ladies, give me a comment in the chat, give me a heart, give me a thumbs up if you're on Instagram. Anybody, ladies, let us know what's up. How are you guys?
Yes, I miss y'all.
I know, we miss everybody. Shout out to Pastor Kevin for letting us come up here and do this NCBF Live today. And we are super pumped.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's dive in. Would you want to tell them a little bit about what we're doing today?
Yes.
Okay.
So, this is a never before seen NCBF Live segment. Basically, what we're doing is we're doing a Q&A today. We have some questions here in our bowl. And so we're going to be taking turns picking our questions. So the way that you guys can come and do this with us, I know you can't put your paper actually in this bowl, but put your questions in the comment, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on IG. If you have a question, if you want to just, I don't know, throw something in there, all of these are kind of pandemic related things that have been going on in 2020.
Yes.
And so we're just going to talk about it as mom and daughter. So we're excited.
So, should I pull the first question?
Yes, you go first. And I'm checking you guys' comments right here. So put them in there. Let us know you're here. We need some shout outs. We need to know who's with us today. Who's Andrea Smith? Hi, Jamila Parker.
Hey Jamila, I miss you.
Yes. So Pamela Brown. Hello.
Hey Pamela.
Yes. So, Mom, go
Yes.
ahead.
First
What's
question.
our first question? I'm very excited.
Okay. How has our relationship changed since you've become a mom?
Oh my goodness, yes. So I became a mom a year and like 3-4 days ago, something like that. So my daughter just turned 1 last Friday, and it has been a wild journey because it was literally childbirth, maternity leave, pandemic. So it's been very interesting, but something that's been awesome about our relationship is that we have literally gotten to spend so much time together. Like, literally, we are best friends. We go to stores. We go everywhere together, as many places as we can go in this past year. So it has been great. I also have garnered so much more respect for you.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
at this point, when I was Reagan's age, you were already pregnant with another baby.
Wow.
That's correct. Like, I can't even imagine. Like,
I kind of feel like you have a nanny.
yes, a granny, a grand nanny. So, anyways, it's been a lot of fun. Like, just we live together, so it's just been so much fun. So, what do you think have been some major changes?
Well, I just want to make one comment about you since you've been a mom.
Yeah.
I love the way you love your daughter.
Oh, thank you.
I thought that I was really, really crazy about you and Lauren when you guys were just your whole lives. I'm still really crazy about you guys now.
Yes.
But when I see the way you respect Reagan and you treat her with respect, that blesses me. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for treating my grandbaby well.
Yes, it's because you treated me well. It's just we're just passing it down.
Okay.
So
All right.
we
Praise
have
God.
Miss Rose Arnett. We love
hey,
Rose.
Miss Rose.
Andrea
Shout
Smith
out.
and Shirley Kavanaugh.
Hey,
love.
Hey, Miss Shirley.
Oh, Miss Shirley. Yes. Okay, guys, guess what? My turn. So, question number 2. And don't forget to put you guys' questions in there as well, okay? Because, you know, we have ours, but, well, this is a big one. So, people and even children are experiencing an increased level of depression during the pandemic. I know that I've shared how the winters have been hard for me mentally in the past. So, Mom, what advice would you give someone who may experience depression during the pandemic? And I know we're about to like come upon the winter, the long Cleveland winter. So, yeah, what do you think?
That's a good question. What advice would I give to people who may be struggling with depression? Well, first of all, mental health issues are serious, they're real, and sometimes people in the Black community don't always reach out for the help that they need. So this is a serious question. I've experienced depression when I was in my 20s, so I think I don't know how normal it is when you're younger, but I think it's more normal than what we realize, that when you're in your 20s and you're transitioning from being a teenager to an adult, that you're experiencing some growing pains.
Yeah.
So I would probably say, one, talk to people, talk to someone, find someone to talk to.
In person. You know, or on the phone, you know, but like not just on social media. I think that's important.
So that would be the first thing that I would say, is find someone to talk to. Secondly, something that would help is to journal, to write down how you're feeling. Sometimes just getting your feelings out makes you feel so much better. So I would say find someone to talk to, write out your feelings if you don't have someone to talk to. You know, I had a physical a week ago. I went to the doctor, and they ask you these questions about your mental health, really.
Okay.
So they're really trying to figure out if you're experiencing some sort of depression. So be honest with your doctor and just let your doctor know how you're feeling. So there are a number of things that people can do. One thing that I would say is be careful what's going in your ear gate and your eye gate.
That's real.
You know, it's been proven through research that people who are on social media all the time, they're comparing their lives to other people's lives, and then it kind of creates a depression. And you have to be careful what you're watching, what you're listening to. This is such a huge conversation. We could never get into the bowels of it on a short Facebook live. So those are just a few things, but the most important thing is to talk to someone, because God has peace for you. You don't have to stay depressed.
Right. That's so good. That's so good, because it's tough. And especially the pandemic is just another reason to just, you know, kind of stay to yourself. So definitely connect with people in a safe way. All right, your turn to pick.
Okay.
I don't have any questions in the chat. Okay, Jamila said, "Are you grandma or are you called something else?" Do you want to tell everybody what your name is? For Reagan?
No, I'm not grandma. I'm not
Glamma.
I'm not Nana. My name is Grand.
Grand.
Just like grandmother.
Like, I am just a grand person. So yeah,
it's just grand.
It's just grand.
Know? So that's my version of granny.
Yes. So all right, read our next question.
Okay, I've got a question. Talk about one thing that's been a challenge during the pandemic.
Yeah. So there's been a couple. You know, the pandemic has brought a lot of uncertainty. One of the things that came up when I was thinking about this was, you know, so my sister, she lives in Columbus. We're 16 months apart, so she's like, we're basically twins at this point. But she lives in Columbus. She came up to quarantine with us when everything first went down. And so, you know, we have the baby at the house now, so we don't have any more bedrooms available. So, but I made the commitment when I had my baby. I said, anytime Lauren comes home, I'm going to let her have my room, because I can't just make my sister feel like there's no space for her. I didn't know that we would be having a pandemic, though, okay? I didn't know we'd be doing that for 3 months. So I slept on the couch for 3 months, and that was not fun. My back is hurting even more than it was from just pregnancy, and now sleeping on the couch. I'm getting old. So that was challenging for me. What about you?
Challenge in the pandemic. I think what's been challenging for me has been just not seeing people.
Yeah.
I miss you guys. I miss coming to church.
Yeah.
I miss socializing. I miss just hugging people. After the first 6 weeks or 8 weeks, when they kind of opened things back up in June, I was so excited. I went out the house. I forgot my mask. I still forget my mask. I'm like, oh, let me get my mask, because I'm just so excited to be out amongst people. So that would probably be one of the biggest challenges for me.
Got you.
Another question on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have some more people with us. Vicky Dunn, Priscilla
Vicky.
Hill, Stephanie Harriet.
Hey, Stephanie.
Oh my
miss
gosh,
you.
so many friends. Renee Mason, Sylvia
Renee.
Benford,
Oh.
Lisa Fouché. Hey. Tristan's mom. So actually, and we have our very own Pastor Kevin. He actually asked the first question. You know, this is not favoritism. He's just asking the questions, okay? So he said, what are some things you both really love doing together as mother and daughter? What do you think? You want to know the first thing that popped in my head?
What?
Shopping.
I was thinking shopping and eating out.
And eating out,
and
yeah.
listening to music because
Yeah.
I love rap music. I love
Yes.
Taylor. As a matter of fact, they're my go-to for all of my music, Taylor
Yes.
and Lauren. So I love eating out, shopping.
Yeah.
You want to know what I absolutely love?
What?
I love when we play Chase with Reagan.
I knew you were going to say playing with Reggie.
When
No,
I'm holding
we
her
love
and
it.
running and you're chasing it,
And
I love
chase
that.
it. Literally so fun. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Before you're a parent, you don't realize like how fun that stuff is, but it is. So, okay, my turn. Let's see. Ooh, okay. 2020, and especially the murder of George Floyd, has brought the social injustice that African Americans are experiencing to a whole new level of awareness. How have these events impacted you?
The social injustice that we've been experiencing, it's made me sad, angry, and it's made me kind of double down on my philosophy, which is, I can be angry at white people. I can be angry at the system. I can be angry about the history of how our people have been treated. And all those things are angering. But what I go to, and I find peace when I go here, and that is the world is just full of people who have sin in their hearts. If I take it so personally, like, why do people just hate black people? What's wrong with us? No. If you go to China, you will find that there are different
Castes, yeah.
in India they have different
Right.
groups. If you
right.
go to Croatia, you've got people crime on crime. It's not it is about race for Americans because
Yes.
people, that's our issue. But when you go to places where everybody's the same, you're going to find another reason to discriminate. Remember in Africa when the genocide occurred and it was the Tutsis and the Hutus, and some people were taller, and then you have the tall people and the short people. So my philosophy is that we have a sin problem, and I'm doing one of the best things that I can do to help counter that, which is to help people come to know Jesus Christ. So I am angry about this. I used to be part of the movement when I was in my 20s, so I get all that, but I just can't afford to go down that path with such an intense emotion that I'm losing sight of the bigger picture.
So you really have kind of gained an emotional discipline around these very hard, very sobering, and angering events and just systems and things like that.
I have, but I think, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm not angry about this, because anger is one of the emotions one of the pools that I can frequently swim in. But I would just be so angry that it would just make me depressed.
Right.
And so I can't let that happen. So I've got to find a way to find hope in a situation that is just blatantly wrong.
And I love that. Finding hope, because without Christ, these situations just look so hopeless. And they're so angry and they're so just disgusting and just terrible and anti-Christ. But like you said, in Christ, there's hope for us and even just emotional healing. I know for me, like you said, I'm not like, I haven't gone through as much as you have, as far as just experiencing society, but I don't expect anything anymore from these systems and things like that. And it's very sad and it's very hurtful when I see how Breonna Taylor's murderers, how they were treated in the system and just things like that. It's very hurtful. So I keep, like you said, I try to keep an emotional distance and still, respond appropriately. And also I have to fight, in my own identity, that society will tell black women that we're not valuable. And I had to look inside and realize how that's affected my own personal self-esteem, and then also learn and figure out how I'm going to parent my daughter, my black daughter, through this. And so not allowing them to say that the system is saying her life really isn't worth being justified, that doesn't mean that mine isn't, that my value's in Christ. And so that's how I've tried to grow in my self-esteem, grow in my knowledge, try not to take it so personally, even though it's so hurtful, and it feels personal. It feels like Breonna Taylor, like if that was my sister, so it's very tough. But like you said, finding hope in Christ is crucial. Figuring out, what am I called to do to combat this? I can't do every single thing. I can't go to every march. I can't be a lawyer. I can't, go to law school. I can't, everything like that. I can't be a police officer. I can't fight this on every single front. But what am I called to do? So that's just kind of...
Tell me something that you have been called to do. How has God been speaking to you?
So I know it's not going to sound super big and like life-changing, I guess, but really to raise a healthy daughter. To raise a healthy Black daughter, to teach her correct American history, to teach her value in Christ, to teach her that she's important, to teach her that her life matters, not because anyone says it does or because anyone says it doesn't, but because God has deemed it as so. And so that's been my focus. I know I haven't been to any marches. I post on social media, but I don't really, count that as much. So really just, I think raising a healthy next generation is crucial. And that's where I am right now in this season. I can't really do much more. What about you?
I think I'm doing the most important thing, which is helping people to know Christ.
Yeah.
And to transform them from the inside out.
Yeah.
So, want to ask another question?
Yes. Okay.
Is it my turn or your turn?
It is your turn. I'm going to shout out some more people. Raven. Okay, we got some millennials coming on here. Jay Floyd, Nana. We got some people my age coming on. Orrin Hargrove, Lori Sanders. Yes. Welcome, everyone. Okay, Mom. So what's our next question?
Okay. How have our family dynamics changed since the quarantine?
Since the quarantine.
Because we've been locked up together.
No, but like really our family honestly has been like the past year, so I guess before quarantine, but yeah, has been wild. I mean, we had a new baby. I had a new baby. But she lives with us, so we had a new baby.
Right. We had a new baby.
My dad had cancer and got through that. My sister has been living with us. So it's just been so much craziness, and like I don't know how God has kept us, but he has. And I feel like we've gotten closer. Do you feel like that?
I do. I feel like we've gotten closer. I feel like the relationships have gotten richer. I feel like we've had conversations that we may not have had had we not been together so much for so long.
Right.
So I think that we've gotten closer. In a word, we're closer.
Right.
And we are, we've ironed out more of our issues.
Right. So, okay, let's be real with them. What's the issue that we had to iron out? Because, it's always going to be, oh, yeah, we gotten closer. Like, everything's so great at the James home. But what's the issue we had to iron out?
I don't know. I mean, you tell me. I mean, I can think of some things, but I don't want to put anybody on blast.
You can put me on blast if it's about me. So I know that my parents have been very gracious with me in my cleaning. I don't know if you guys know, but Pastor Kevin and Sister Tanya are let's just say very, 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 very clean and organized.
No,
okay?
We're not. No, we're not.
Like, yes, they are. So, I'm just trying to keep up. I'm trying to be a good steward of their home with an infant. So it's been rough, but they've been gracious with me. So we've had, let's just say, conversations, series, but it's really been me. I've needed to grow. So they've helped me a lot.
You're doing great.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, one more question.
Okay, one more. This question.
Is that the last one? Are we near the end?
Yes. Okay. So 2020 has been very challenging, but let's switch it up. Tell me something that's been funny or fun for you this year.
Okay. I'm so glad you asked that because this year has been a trip.
It's been.
I think a lot of us are ready to just wrap it up.
Ready to go, 2021. Where are you at?
But I can recount this evening, and usually when I say I felt like I was in a movie, that means it was like almost perfect.
Okay.
So this evening, I felt like I was in a movie. It was the 4th of July.
Yes.
And the 5 of us were at home in our backyard with our music, with our Motown playlist. Thank you, Lauren.
Yeah.
And we have these neighbors, and it's almost like a friendly competition where they are shooting off fireworks.
Like
And
professional grade,
yes, like the
fireworks.
fireworks place is like maybe 2 miles from our house. And so like so many people in the neighborhood get these fireworks. And so we were in our backyard on the 4th of July listening to our Motown music. And our neighbors, it felt like they were having a friendly competition on who could put on the best fireworks show. And of course, we were the recipient of that competition. There must have been 6 families putting on a full-blown fireworks show. And we were just, it was the middle of the pandemic, and we had just kind of, you know, it was warm. And so that was something that was so fun. I think we even went live on Facebook.
Yeah, I think my dad did, and Lauren was here, so that was fun. It's always great when Lauren is with us.
It was very simple, but it was almost perfect for me.
Man, it was great.
So what's something fun or funny that's happened to you this year?
I think for me, like, God really has me in a season of like celebrating others. So, and it's been some fun things for me. Like on my birthday, I went on a boat. That was really fun. It's special. Some of my friends came into town. But like, it's been really cool. Like one of my best friends is about to give birth like in a month for her first child. A couple of my friends are engaged this year. Of course, just Reagan, my daughter, just watching her take her first steps and all these milestones and all this fun stuff. So it's just been, I've been trying, the past month, I've found myself really discontent. And the Lord was like, has been showing me like, Taylor, you're so blessed. Like not just, you don't just have what you need, you have abundance. And so I've been trying to focus on what I've been thankful for, what's been fun this year, what's been awesome. Dad is cancer free, like that. Something I don't want to take for granted. So those have been some highlights for me in 2020. It's been cool.
You know something, this has been a very challenging year, from the hurricanes to the fires to the social injustice and all of that, and the pandemic. And you know, we've hit that mark of over 200,000 people dying from this. It's been a doozy of a year, and so many of us are just ready to call it a day for 2020. And so I'm just grateful that in the midst of this challenging time, we can still kind of wiggle our way through and see God and have hope. And it's not all bad, even though it's been pretty rough.
Yeah. And we actually have some great news coming. So next week on NCBF Live, Pastor Kevin is going to be announcing our reopening strategy. Yes, you heard me right. We're coming back. You guys can come in here in the sanctuary. There will be details with that for Pastor Kevin. So please tune in. It's really important. Spread the word for your friends and everything like that, so that Pastor Kevin can let us know about what's going on.
Taylor, thank you so much for doing this with me. You're a joy and a delight. I appreciate it. And I look forward to doing more ministry with you in the future.
Yes, it's been so good. I love our mother-daughter relationship. It's so cool. A New Community wants to continue to help parents and kids, students with their relationships. And so we are continuing our parent conversation series. And so we're super pumped about that. New Community is committed to partnering with you because you are the best leader to lead your child in their journey of faith. So check that out. You've got to tap in, even if you're not a parent. I know it's weird, but grandparents, even if you're young and you don't have kids yet, let's learn. A lot of these principles would be great for discipleship in general. So join us. It's going to be awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to our study of the Gospel of John.
I have fallen in love with the work of Paul as I've studied the book of 1 Corinthians, and I believe you will too.
This is where Jesus taught, in Capernaum, and you have to understand this scene.
The Lord is my shepherd. And over the next 6 weeks, we're going to look deeply into the 23rd Psalm.
Right Now Media. It's for groups. It's for personal devotion. It's for parents.
The bullseye of parenting is to raise children who become like Jesus.
It's for kids.
This is Phil. We're digging into the Bible, which, as we've mentioned, is more than just a book.
It's for tough times.
So when you recognize that you're trying to have a conversation with your spouse and they're not ready to talk, it's not helpful to keep pressing them.
It's for every phase of life.
If you've made mistakes with money, you know what that makes you? Over 12.
And now, it's yours. We've purchased a Right Now Media subscription for everyone in our church. So check your inbox for the digital invitation and download the app for instant access to thousands of biblically based videos. Get equipped. Get inspired.